Hi, I'm Sara. We have already set our intentions and our prayers for this session, so enjoy and learn.
I don't feel I'm being blocked yet because when I meditate, I can make the pain in my body go away and it stays away for hours. And I've helped Sara with some of her skeletal pains. There is a question that I've never asked, I've never verbally created it until just now, as you were answering the previous question I had given or had asked. If one person's or one being's contract with reality, the list of things that they want to accomplish or what they will do, is affected by someone else's, in this example, healing, specifically, for example, if someone has leukemia and the healer heals it, what does that really mean with, in the scheme of things? Is that person had leukemia because they had it and wanted it to go away? Or did they have it because there's just so many other things going on? But you get to understanding what I'm trying to...
I believe so. Because, yes, a soul's, a being's plan.
Good name, good word.
When be agreeing to
Incarnate.
Yes, that's the word, but incorporate actually wouldn't be too far off the mark either.
It works too.
But to incarnate, they set this up, but perhaps without their note. When they are corporeal, they may not be aware that part of that plan was to be available to a healer, and then the healer cured the leukemia. You see, no such thing as coincidence. All is as it should be.
Okay, I understand.
I do have a caution for you. Someone who can heal something that drastic. Technically speaking, all of this is inherent in each of you. The possibility exists. But it takes much, much higher levels of frequencies to do that kind of serious healing that you're talking about. And perhaps it is not in a person's life plan to be healed, then it doesn't matter what you do, it won't come about.
That is true.
So don't, what's the phrase, bite off more than you can chew.
I do that a lot.
Precisely why I warned you.
Thank you for the warning.
It's a caution, not a warning.
Yeah, I know. I'm learning now in my older years stuff that I wish I would have learned many years ago. But the thing is, I am learning it now. Previously, you mentioned that when our and Gaia's frequencies rise enough, many things will be revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Your answer when I asked how this will be revealed was quite vague. Can you provide some details about how this reveal will occur? I know there's many possibilities and all the other stuff, but what are some examples of the possibilities?
One possibility is that ETs are openly welcomed, many of whom have the knowledge you're looking for. But there are some who do not. But that open invitation to multiple species of ETs, as you call them, will not happen in your lifetime. I know there are possibilities and probabilities galore, but as things look right at the moment, it'll take a bit of doing before that happens. I still see the possibility and probability of world leaders, most of them anyway, agreeing to acknowledge certain ETs as being here on Gaia. But even that is still not set, shall we say. Hence, more reasons for more and more people to be praying and stating intentions of love and acceptance and peace, so that the frequency of enough humans will rise to the point where that will happen.
So what you're talking about is down the road a ways from open contact.
Right.
Okay.
I know many, you're on the verge of open contact,
Yes,
but
we are.
not necessarily in the way you think. And even that needs to be baby steps, so to
Yes.
speak.
So what are some of the signs we can look forward or recognize that will show us that open contact has started? I know there's a lot of possibilities, but
Yes, but if, as you are learning in what you see and read, well, that's also seeing. But what you're learning is that that possibility seems to be getting closer and closer.
mm-hmm.
That could well happen in your lifetime.
Okay. So it looks like I need to come back for a 7th time, huh?
7th? I thought it would be 12th.
12th? I was under the impression of this is my 7th, being my 6th life.
I thought it was your 11th. I believe that's what you said one time.
Oh, I don't remember saying
Well,
that.
and I could be mistaken too, so.
So how many times has it been? You should be able to tell. Look at my energy.
Somewhere between 6 and 11.
Okay.
I think 6 is closer to what it was. I don't know where I got the idea of 11.
Well, 7, 11, they sound very similar. So, you know.
But I do think this is your sixth.
Okay.
I mean, you are smart enough to learn, even though sometimes it takes
Oh,
multiple,
wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
multiple tries.
Yep. And I learned something about in the books I'm reading that I've been putting into practice. The author basically states that when you're reading something and it doesn't make sense, that's because your belief system doesn't want to be changed. So you need to go read it again and again and again and again until it starts making sense to you, and then decide if what they say will be a new belief system or a modification to an existing belief system. So a lot of times when I've been reading in the past, my mind would start wandering and drift all over the place while I'm reading a sentence. So I started to practice that recently, and it has made a vast difference. So,
Well, that's one way of doing it, because someone like yourself, whose mind wanders easily because you've got so much going on in your head. So yes, many times you have to read something multiple times in order to really truly focus on what it means.
yes,
However, if you truly believe that when your mind wanders and you're reading something and it just doesn't make sense, then you need to see what belief system you have that is contradicting it or
Yes.
muddying it up.
yes, yes, I understand that.
All right, just making sure.
Because that was the given. I already knew that in my understanding, because the author started into this whole list of things to do with that statement.
All right.
And this is just one of the techniques that a reader can use.
Right,
To
but
remember.
let's not leave out any important information.
Right.
And that could be very important to your viewers who maybe haven't heard Bashar explain that whole concept of you have to dig into your belief systems and
Yes.
find out where they stem from, where the beginning of that belief system
Right.
came from. And then you have to decide if it still serves you or not.
Yeah. This
And
author,
then you can go on
yeah,
from there.
the author had a very good explanation for belief systems. A belief is something that we assume is correct because we have not verified it to be correct.
That's a good definition.
And that gets rid of a lot of belief systems that do not help you.
Don't put yourself down about it.
Oh, I'm not. I'm happy. I'm excited about it.
Oh, well, yeah, but I meant, never mind. Something that perhaps your viewers need to know is that there's no blame involved.
True.
It's something you've been taught from the time you were born.
Mm-hmm.
And so you accept it because it's been a part of your life.
Yep. And
that's why you have to dig deep, because sometimes
Yeah.
you don't know where these belief systems came from. And when you realize, oh, wait a minute, it's just something I've heard, but I've never really thought about it. And then you meditate on it and say, okay, this isn't right, and then get rid of it. Or you say, wow, I need to learn more about this because this is cool.
Yes.
You know, this is really where, oh, sorry, baby, where I want to go with this or something.
Yeah.
You know, you have to really learn and verify for yourself whether it's a suitable belief system for yourself or not. Okay.
Here's an example from years ago. This granddaughter was cooking a ham in the oven, but cut off both ends, then put it in a pan and cooked it. And mother asked, well, why did you do that? That's what you do. Yeah, and why did you do it? That's what my mother did. Well, why did she do that? Her pan was too small. So I quit doing it. Now you don't have to do it either because the pans are bigger now. They're not so small anymore. So there's an example of a belief system passed on through generations without knowing the reason for it, without
Yes.
the validation of what's going on.
Without validation, yes. That's true. Cute story, by the
It
way.
is. And that's very truncated. There's a lot more to it. I think it's something Zig Ziglar talked about. You stated that a collective consciousness created this 3D world. What collective consciousness created the astral plane?
Who says a collective consciousness did?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking the question.
Source. Everything came from source. It continues to come from source.
Okay.
But the collective I'm talking about is the collective that wanted to incarnate in a 3D reality.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's different then.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for clarification.
Slightly, but still
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
In the last session, you mentioned that I have a, quote, bucket load of learning, unquote, yet to do. Compared to my previous incarnations, how am I doing?
Much better, especially within the last 6 to 8 months.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You're learning at an exponential rate for
Yeah.
you, anyway.
I
And
just want to learn.
yeah,
I've always learned quickly when I want to know stuff.
when you want to know,
Yeah.
and you have a passion for what you are learning.
Yes.
And so you're absorbing it like a sponge until there's a piece of the actual, some part of the animal or a speck of dirt in the sponge, and it smacks up against you, and then you're like, wait, I need to validate this.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But you are learning very rapidly. You've come a long way in this incarnation.
Okay. Thank you.